Hey YouTube, it's been a minute. I know not a lot of people are checking for us, but we decided to check in ourselves. It's been like 3 weeks, and I just got off the phone with my good friend, and he's like, "You haven't uploaded any content," and I'm like, "Pap, we're on lockdown. What do you want us to do?" He's like, "We just want updates." So, what is the update? We're on quarantine, which is not lockdown. We're on quarantine, meaning we cannot go for groceries. We cannot leave the house. We cannot check the mail. We cannot, I don't know, check the mail, but like, we cannot do anything. And that's because Precious Carter here was sick for,
A day.
he was sick for,
A
he
day.
had a high fever for a day. Technical difficulties. He had a high fever for a day, and obviously we called our pediatrician, and because we're in northern Italy, like near the epicenter of the whole coronavirus thing, they went to the extreme, which they should have. You know, it's a sick baby. I'm glad they did. But they went to the extreme and screened us for coronavirus, and he flared up because, you know, the fever, the cough, the diarrhea, loss of appetite, those are symptoms. And I was sick, but it's allergies, and John wasn't sick. But because we had a sick child in the house, they went to his supervision and was like, "You can't go to work for 14 days. So that's why we're filming this on a Monday. Oh, and you're letting your beard grow out because you don't have to check for like regulations or anything. Are you copying me? So he's been home. This is his second week of being home. Quarantine for us ends April 14th, which I was kind of sad about because Easter. I'm saying up a lot.
Yeah, Easter's right around the corner. So the way it is in Italy, like a lot of people are. Actually, my brother yesterday he called me. He was like, "What's going on over in Italy?" Is because I've been hearing so much stuff, and
What's your papa?
I've been hearing about riots and all of that stuff. I mean, we don't really see that too often here. We haven't heard anything about riots being
And
done
normally we'll get a
Italy.
notification because
Yeah.
they'll tell American family members and service members to stay home for any number of riots or protests. They'll tell us to stay home for. So
But
that's
yeah.
been happening.
But with Easter coming around the corner, us being on quarantine or lockdown, we can't go to the BX and get him something, you
And
know.
him his first Easter basket. So that was kind of sad because I love Easter as
Yeah.
well. Like, I've been getting Easter baskets. Remember when we first met?
We
I
can't
was
even
like,
go to church.
yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So we ordered stuff on Amazon Italy, and we'll try and put something together for him. I know he's still, you know, only 7, almost 8 months, but it's his first, so we make it a big deal. What else? We just been in the house relaxing. We binge watched series on Netflix. Check out The 100. It's a bomb show, 5 seasons.
It's pretty good.
Carter's now saying gaga. He just said dada on the phone with Pat talking to John. So he's doing a lot more. He's big, getting active. He feels a whole lot better than when he did have that high fever. He's just been growing so much. He wants to get into everything. We've had to start baby proofing because he knows how to pull himself up on the couch, pull himself up on the entertainment stand, starting to be curious about outlets and stuff. It's been kind of crazy. I think one of the main things that got out of it, John, you work 12 to 14-hour shifts, and you're like, oh man, I'm so busy. But now that you stay home with me, you're like, you do all this? Like, Carter's a hands-on kid. Like all babies. He's just so active. So it's good when your partner appreciates how much you do that they didn't know that you did. Now, that's always good. How are you liking being off for this is vacation time? I was like,
So, I mean, yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I don't get to grow out my beard at all. And this is the time that
I'm
I
surprised
do.
you still can grow a beard because you have to shave every morning.
Yeah, I shave every morning because it's a part of the guidelines,
Regulations and stuff?
regulations. But I mean, it's fine. Like this is a beautiful day out here, and knowing me, I would rather be smoking on the grill, like smoking some ribs and stuff. More to come on that. Probably this weekend. Probably gonna throw in
He
some
literally
ribs.
wakes up, babe, what can I grill today? We don't have nothing for you to grill,
Yeah,
sir.
we do. I got ribs.
You have ribs now,
And I got steaks.
and you've tried to do Philly cheesesteaks. They did not turn out good. Somebody on your Facebook commented, "Let me see what them Philly cheesesteaks do."
I know that was AJ.
Out.
That
And
was
I was
hers.
like, you don't want to see the Philly cheesesteaks.
It was actually pretty good, in my opinion. I liked it.
I didn't
But
like
I
them.
think what we went wrong with that is I should have used cube steak. I should have done cube steak. Trust me, I've
Look, it's a jet. You can see them from the house.
Yeah, they can't see it.
I know obviously you guys can't see, but the jets he works on, they're flying around.
Yeah.
We live a few miles from base. Well, I guess you can
The
see
fact
it.
that we're hearing them right now, all of the crew chiefs like myself, they're out on the line waiting to catch those jets.
John would be at work right now. but
Yeah,
he's
I
at
should
home.
be at work today, actually, because we're doing a 1 week on, 1 week off.
And today was this week was your week on, but you're quarantined. So
Yeah.
thank baby Carter.
Yeah.
But you're still getting paid.
Yep.
That's why people kept asking me that. Is John still getting paid?
Yeah.
And how are you getting your groceries? I didn't believe in a community because there's no on-base housing here. So it really is hard to make friends even as an adult, unless you have kids and you go to the playground or I have friends from my prenatal group when I had Carter that we still keep in contact with and do play dates. But having a community, we've had your friends and coworkers bring us groceries.
Like
And
today.
yeah, she brought us groceries. And when I say bring us groceries, we're paying for it, okay? Let me just put that out there because people are like, dang, you guys got some good friends to pay a grocery bill. We're giving them cash.
Yeah.
So
It's like every dollar, every dime that they're spending, we're giving it back. So like if they go to the grocery store and they pay like $260 for groceries, we're giving them $280.
I just faked a bumblebee sting because I'm coming. You're gonna throw up? You threw up? You threw up?
You ain't right.
Carter, what are you eating? You cannot eat this. So because he was, I'll take one hot dog.
Just one?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because he was sick, we stopped feeding him purees. Because initially I believe that was the cause of his sickness. We had a chicken and rice one and a turkey and sweet potato, and they tell you to introduce one new item and don't introduce another new item until 3 days later, so that way you can pinpoint what's the cause of the sickness. So, but I did 2 back to back, not even thinking, because I'm like, oh, you really like that. And literally that night, the diarrhea, this is kind of gross, but like if you're a parent, you talk about poop all day long. That's when the diarrhea started, and it's been 2 weeks since then, and it is not let up. But now that's the only symptom he's showing. So honestly, I'm just happy the fever and cough are gone, because that's what's, symptomatic of coronavirus. So now it's just that, but I'm tired. We're trying to change your poop diapers. Like, I just faked a bee sting.
You faked a bee sting? Just to try to record me with this duty diaper?
I tried to get out of changing a poop diaper by faking a bee sting. And he just...
I can't believe you.
And John is so worried about that, but he almost threw up changing the poop diaper. So then I had to go step in and change the very diaper I was trying to get out of changing.
I mean, I pretty much had it all pretty much...
Please
almost
lie.
done.
Please lie. What you had almost done?
So, the reason why I almost threw up, if you may ask, is as I was going to change his diaper, or it was already off, he started pooping more. And the smell and the look was like, ew.
Y'all hate that?
I can't deal with this.
You can't stomach that. So I hear, babe. I already know.
She's like, you alright? You alright? Coming in with the phone all recorded and whatnot.
Tried to get you.
You tried to get me, but you were too late.
So that's basically what we do. Try and get out of changing diapers because it's poop. And that's about it, honestly. So yeah, you saw me just put him to sleep, and that's been my schedule. Like, we haven't been doing much of anything. I make sure to go out on the patio with him. I'll insert a clip of us going downstairs to play when we actually have like the mat down and stuff. But week 2 of actual quarantine, like not being able to leave the house, we haven't. We just been, because John, like I've said it before, John works 12 to 14 hour shifts, so he's literally not home during the day to see Carter. So by the time Carter's still sleeping when John leaves, and by the time John gets back in the house, Carter's already asleep in his bed now that we do sleep training, and that's been going well still. Like, he still sleeps in his crib since we first made that video. He does do nighttime feeding, so his bedtime is 7, then he'll wake up at 11, he'll wake up at 3, and then at 6:30 to 7 is when we bring him, well, I bring him in our room and we get our day started. But he's still super good at that. I'm waiting on the time when he drops one of those nighttime feedings. Before, he would wake up, we'd put him down at 7. He wouldn't wake back up again until 4 a.m. That was awesome to me. I could sleep through the night. But honestly, as a mom, like, you just alter your schedule. Your schedule is what your kid's schedule is, and sorry, there's nothing you can do about it. But sleep training's been doing good. You guys can see him walking with his walker. He stands up by himself. One of my friends was like, I feel like it's too soon, and I'm like, this is what he does all day long. We put him on the floor and he just goes at it. Like, that is my house. It's been a mess. Someone just asked, how's baby proofing going? That exact face. So he's gotten into the habit of getting into outlets, getting into the PS4 controllers, getting into all the cords, eating the remotes. And with this whole coronavirus craze, like, I just want to wash everything down. And there's my husband. You forgot what? Oh. It was like either your phone or your vape. But yeah, like, that has been our life, just easy going, chilling, and I love it. I really do think this is the time to pause, reset, and just, everyone who doesn't want a 2-week vacation, I know he loves what he does, but he is enjoying being home. The only setback is he can't play basketball because it's a social activity, so that part he's kind of like about. But I think that's it for a little vlog, a day in the life, a quarantine day in the life. Can't do much, but we are making the best of it. And just pray for Italy, honestly. Pray for the whole world. I do it at this time, being stationed in Italy. Who would have thought that this would be how we spend 2020? And I literally say, just God bless those who are affected by this virus, from the healthcare workers, from those who have been diagnosed with the virus and fighting it. I know John has some family dealing with it, and you just pray for them to be strong. To people who have lost family members, and the family who has to go on, and funerals can't be over a certain amount of people if they even allow you to have a funeral. I know at this point the military has to be involved in the amount of bodies and death, the high rates of death, mortality that Italy is being ravished with. Like, no country was prepared for something like this. So you just deal with it. And I know we have our fits of, oh man, I can't go to the commissary. If that's our main worry is we can't go to the commissary, we are blessed. So I just leave it at that and put everything into perspective. One of the guy was like, oh, do you know anybody with the virus? Because we don't think it's real or it's nothing to worry about. That was a few weeks ago. And look how everything is unfolded. I'm blessed. I said, I'm blessed not to know anyone who has this virus. That means my family and friends around me have been blessed. I hear Carter waking up, so that is my cue to end this vlog video. I'm just say YouTube video because it's definitely not a vlog, but that's it.